Wouldn't it be nice to be making plans to purchase your dream home, or look at your bank statements and be calm and collected instead of having teeth-clenching anxiety? Well, this can be possible if you develop your financial literacy and obtain an understanding of money, how to use it, and how to grow it. In this speech, I'm about to tell you it's time to start thinking about financial freedom and what you can do as a millennial or a Gen Zer to set yourself up for financial success. I personally wanted to cover this topic for my speech because money is a tool to be used and to make our lives easier. And when you have money to work with, it can be used to solve a lot of problems and provide security for people or to be given back to society. I don't think the problem is because of the government or the system, but is with the individuals on how they choose to spend their money. I personally believe a lot of financial problems in the United States would be solved if people were more educated on how to spend their money and use it effectively. According to a survey done in a study by Anna Maria Lusardi and Olivia S. Mitchell, when a questionnaire was given out that included topics such as economics and consumer, money and interest rates and inflation, and personal finance, adults scored an average of C and high school students scored an average of F, which shows the lack of financial literacy in individuals. I'm mainly trying to target millennials and Gen Zers because they have the opportunity to be able to start early and have a lot of time to make money and develop their financial literacy. I constantly hear stories about how millennials and Gen Zers are worried about affording their cost of living or wanting to live in a life of luxury. So, with this speech, I hope I plant the seed in someone to develop their financial literacy and start their path to financial freedom. This can be done through understanding liabilities and assets, being familiar with various investments, and understanding the difference between good and bad debt. First off, the reason why there are so many people who are poor or are stuck in the middle class but never advance to the class above is because they don't know the difference between an asset and a liability. A liability is any purchase that you make that doesn't make you money or regularly takes money out of your pocket. Some examples of liabilities are vehicles, pets, and credit cards. Vehicles are liabilities because the second you drive it off a car lot, it loses part of its value immediately. A pet is a liability because you have to spend money on food, toys, containment, and vet bills because, when medical treatment is necessary for your pet. Credit cards are a liability because you rack up the amount you owe, and if you don't pay it off in time, then you have to pay the interest, which, eats away at your cash flow. In order to avoid putting oneself into a financial trap with liabilities, it would be wise to live below one's means as long as they can and really determine what one needs versus what one wants in order to reduce the number of liabilities that you own. If you ever want to buy liabilities, the best time is when you grow your assets by so much that you can afford them many times over arbitrarily. Since I just mentioned assets, one can grow their wealth by using money towards investments which grow and create more money down the road. Some investments one can be familiar with and start with is stocks, in which you become a partial owner of a company, purchasing shares that go up in value according to a company's earnings. Rental property, where you purchase real estate, can be rented out and grows in value over time and can be sold to make a return on your investment. Annuities are where you pay a certain amount into an insurance company and then earn a passive income once you turn a certain age and have paid an agreed amount. It is important to invest as much money as you can because you're planting the seeds to create more money trees that will earn you more money to work with. The sooner you start this, the sooner your money will grow because it has had more time to do so. When you eventually earn enough money to create a passive income to live off of, then you can have more money to work with and buy you time to do more things in life. Right? Using Tony Robbins as an example, the author of Money, Master the Game, he mentioned that if you invested $40 into an investment that grows by 8% compound interest over 40 years, it would result in becoming almost $600,000. So using Robert T. Kiyosaki, the author of Rich Dad Poor Dad, as an example, he mentioned in his book that he took a healthy risk of investing $25,000 into a stock that was worth 25 cents a share and predicted to grow significantly. It then eventually grew to $20, which resulted in the investment becoming $2 million. $25,000 may seem a lot to fork out, but if you think about investing a smaller amount, such as $2,500 or $250, you earn a much higher return on a small amount of money. That, in my opinion, would be worth the investment. Imagine too if you did that continuously for 5 to 10 years, along with continuing to financially educate yourself. Imagine how much your wealth will grow. So, debt gets a bad reputation as it is commonly known as bad debt amongst a lot of people. Debt can be good though because you can use debt to accelerate acquiring certain assets that will make you money. For instance, you want to purchase real estate to rent out. You make a down payment and you take out a loan to secure the rest of the costs. You use the money from the renters to pay off the debt, and when the debt is paid off, you now have a passive income. The value of your property has also gone up too, probably, so when you sell your property, whenever you decide to do so, then you obtain a return on your investment. This is an example of good debt because you are becoming wealthier from it. Bad debt takes form in the existence of credit card debt, car payment debt, student loan debt, if you are not able to successfully pay off your loans using your acquired higher education. If you use good debt to become wealthier and avoid bad debt, you will set yourself up on the path to achieving financial freedom. So, to wrap things up, having an understanding of money can work wonders in your life. Knowing the difference between an asset and a liability can either be the difference of living in poverty or ascending to the top 1% of wealth. Being familiar with different types of investments you can acquire with your money will give you many opportunities to grow your wealth. And knowing how to use debt to work in your favor will abridge the time it takes to acquire assets. Nevertheless, don't stop with what I have to say. Take the initiative to improve your financial literacy even further, and I hope you achieve financial freedom. My name is James Betcher, and thank you for listening to my speech.